Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining Archangel Alts. This is Gordon Freeman, the free man, bringing you out of the darkness into the light through crypto revolution and knowledge and insight and other things that are interesting, instant insights, etc., etc., etc. So CELR is now listed and new and doing its thing, sitting currently at 18,062 BTC 24-hour volume. Now I'm going to tell you, before the larger amounts of volume started pouring in to the market over the past 2 days, so it must have been 3 days ago, we were talking and I was saying, here's the dream ideal scenario, because we were starting to see some very bullish-like spikes and just general high points. Certainly some pumps, certainly some natural, kind of a combination of the two, and I can talk later about how that combination works. We are seeing some of that stuff perk up. Now, saying, the thing that's missing from this is the volume that makes this real liquidity, and that I couldn't wait to be able to show you what real liquidity looked like. Well, little did I know, or maybe that I did know for some strange reason, and it would be right around the corner. We have this coin here, EVX. Every victory xylophone. Even victory xylophone. 47,916 BTC 24-hour volume. All right, let's just take a moment to reflect on that. Okay, one Bitcoin currently worth $3,987 in Tether USDT on the Binance Exchange. So let's just say 3,900. We're going to round it down just to be fair. Times 47,000 would be, can I count it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 million, 83 million, $183 million worth of EVX were traded in the past 24 hours. Now, putting that further in perspective, $125 million worth of Bitcoin was traded in the past 24 hours. $183 million worth of EVX was traded in the past 24 hours. Okay, now all this stuff about other coins zooming past Bitcoin, here's the thing. I don't think that EVX is going to stay at 47,000 BTC 24-hour volume every day. In fact, I would be surprised if 2 days from now it is still at $80 million 24 hours volume. In fact, 10 days from now, I would be surprised if it is more than $30 million 24-hour volume. But it is headed up for 100%. And we have not been seeing 100% ups in the market. Not on Binance, not where, this typically is not super mega spiky stuff. You'll see your typical types of pumps going on. And I have to say that I was thinking or concerned that when Cryptopia went down for an extended period of time, that maybe some of the hubbub would come rolling over here. That didn't seem like the market really changed over here, which was kind of nice. The selection of coins is much better here on Binance versus they're much more numerous at Cryptopia, so you would never run out of, what are the odds? Which thing on the roulette is going to be the one that gets pumped today? So things tend to be a little bit more naturally occurring, even with the bots, even with the pumps, even with the whales. That was my water. Sorry, I didn't have the hand for the mute. I used the wrong hand to move it over. So we have OAX that is at 17,758 BTC 24-hour volume. Now, in my utopian volume world that I was talking about before these things started happening really for the first time, almost for the first time. This is almost completely unprecedented for Binance, and I'll tell you why. When I was talking about that, my wish for the marketplace, and I don't know if somebody's just out there, one of the people that are out there listening, maybe they just care about bringing my wishes to fruition. They're working on it, certainly. So this is looking at the 24-hour change. This is looking at the volume to really get a sense of volume here. Okay, so my wish was that there'd be 7 or 8 coins that were all 10, 20, 30, 40,000 BTC 24-hour volume, in addition to your typical Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP being in a healthy zone, okay? And then for the ones that are all kind of mid-range, not the super pumpy stuff, that they would all be maybe in the 10 to 12,000. And then, even the lowest ones would be, 500, 700, 900 BTC. If the market gets to that point, then it's a matter of stability. Not stability as in trading sideways, but stability meaning that the volume can stay at that much because you have liquidity, which means that it's easier for it to go shooting up and down, regardless of what the current position is. Somebody does a heavier sellout, there's that many people ready to buy in, and it's just very healthy. So two significant things happening right here with Bitcoin. Go ahead and expand this out so we're solely focused here. Okay, yeah, I know that it came down to 38.88. Okay, we were hitting 4,000 again, basically. 3,999.30. And then a shot down here, and I remember seeing that. I don't remember what time it was, but okay, so it was in the afternoon. We were getting through some really good positions earlier today. That was nice. So now we are back up to working the 39.99. Look at that. How does that not think that it can break through to 4,000? So that's one of the two significant things. The other is the 24-hour volume is 126 million, and it has been going for that. It's been over 100 million, I believe over 120 million for a solid 24 hours. Now, keep in mind, all of this is in reference to Binance, and for Bitcoin, it is in reference to TUSD. If you are one of those like, I don't know, Tether never did an audit, I don't know, Tether, they might have coins, they might have dollars, they might have something different, I'm not sure what they're backing it up. Whatever, and if they actually get themselves in that kind of trouble, then that's one thing, but there really hasn't been any story behind the story at all, not even a little bit, not even a tiny little bit. Okay, so anyway, just, for those that don't believe what I am telling you, here is 2, 3, 4. All right, here is Bitcoin traded against PAX, and it looks like the same shape. Look at the shape. The down to the left, the up to the right, the two humps in the middle, and down to the left, up to the right, two humps in the middle. But how much volume? How much volume? $4 million. Okay, $4 million in PAX. Okay, and how much in trust? I think is what it is. Trust. Okay. Whoa, $2 million. Okay. USDC. It kind of looks like the same shape. USDC, $3 million. USDS, because these are all so distinctive. TUSD, USDC, USDS. I'm sure that you have all this memorized now. Man, that's wow. Okay, 194,000. That must be somebody's favorite. So that was collectively. Now I'm going to be fair here. I'm going to round down 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're just going to say, if we add the rest of it, let's just say $11 million combined traded against US PAX, TUSD, USDC, and USDS. $11 million. Less than 10% of the trading against Tether, $126 million, 24-hour volume. Okay, now listen, I am not like Mr. Pro Tether. I'm just looking at the facts here that $11 million is being diluted away from being able to get a feeling for how much volume is being traded against Bitcoin. Okay? Economics. I feel completely neutral about Tether. If something terrible comes out about Tether, then there's something bad about Tether. But right now there isn't. The thing that's bad about Tether is that USDS, USDC, TUSD, PAX are all taking away from it. So that does actually cause a diluting effect. If you don't believe me, I feel bad for you, but I don't care, because truth is truth. This is how the numbers work. So that is significant because it has been having trouble staying above 60 million. It's been having trouble staying above 70 million, 80 million. Every time that it has snuck up to 120 to 140 million, it has come back down by $20 million by the next morning. And 3 hours after that, it'll be down to 90 million and going down from there. So it is sustaining that, and yet, and in addition to some of the mega spiky stuff that's happening. So we have had a 300% up. We have had 100% ups. OAX is the most recent. You can see that it began right here. So that was just this afternoon that started happening, and we were doing so well in CELR. There wasn't even a reason for us to look at that time. EVX has been steadily and consistently staying up here. We bought and sold some EVX as well. Sounds like we're going to have to do a trade update. Here's the thing, is that these have some natural flow to it. This is not how a pump works. The deacceleration is usually at much sharper slope if it's a good pump. So to me, this is a combination of things. That is my opinion. I am not your financial advisor. You could hire me to be one, but it still doesn't mean that I'd have a plaque on the wall to do so. There are no experts in crypto, but they are developing in front of your eyes. So these pops happening around here, very significant. They're a combination of natural movement and what I would imagine are a little bit of organized stuff. Is just the organized pumps that are out there as far as pump groups. Even the largest ones don't have this kind of spike to them. They're not able to push up this heavy an up motion. There's a little bit of a contributory factor that people are tired of the bad news and they're ready to get rolling. So I really do think that that is part of it. So I'm just showing you one after another. This is not going to be an in-depth market watch because I'm going to continue with analysis as we go through doing our live day trades. I love all of this significance. So I am going to give you some advice. Tread carefully, even in this extremely optimistic looking middle of the road kind of pump thing that's going on here, this upward activity, sort of a combination of the movement on BTC being consistent for 24 hours. That has a lot to do with things, which means that there's another $40 million, sometimes $50 million circulating through Bitcoin that has not been able to sustain its way for 4 months now. And we are still 1/4 of the way there. This party don't get started until $500 million 24-hour volume on a daily basis, week after week after week for Bitcoin. So, it ain't going to be no CME or CBOE or ETF or anything else that can sustain that over and over and over and over and over again. It's going to be a people's movement, folks, and you might as well get in the game right now. Might swale. Yo. See, like here, this would convince me that it was a spike, because it was done just after. And the question is whether there's still any optimism after people that lost in this range had the life sucked out of them. So the volume did drop back down. That's a pump. But we see other things happening somewhere earlier than that and right around that. So it's a curiosity, so to speak. A lot of this does seem just like, it could be one person with 10,000 Bitcoin just popping one after another. There's certainly that possibility. If every single thing spiked in exactly the same place, you'd either see a tremendously tall spike of the same in Bitcoin, or you would see exactly the opposite in Bitcoin. They can have an adverse effect just as much as a positive one. So lots and lots of optimism here. Poe, I am proud of you. Wish I knew it right then. That would be super swell. Made it to 152. Did not need anything for that spike. Didn't have anything in Poe. Man, if Key gets one of those 200 or 300%, that'll be pretty amazing. T and B. So literally you can see there's a ton of optimism. Now, CLR at negative 26%, you got to think that it was in the 100%, maybe 300% range. I honestly can't remember if it was Raven or REN or CELR or EVX, but they've all had ridiculous, amazing spikes. So how do you like the idea that at the very bottom of the list, negative 25% has 18,000 volume? 18,000 BTCs in volume. This is an amazing market thing happening here. Remember, Raven 850 is now at the bottom of the list with 4,000 BTC 24-hour volume, and it's over 1,200. My. I hope that nobody got stuck at 1617 and didn't get it to clear that last little peak. E&J had its amazing engine stuff. So I've warned above the 3,000 range, I believe. Well, then we had to go back further than that. I'm going to see if that was good. Yes. So once it did this peak of stuff, I said, be careful anything above the 3,900 range. So it was overly enthusiastic, but I do think that they've had some good news. So ain't nothing wrong with good news. Good news is good. Steam has not had its day in the sun yet. There is a campaign. Right now you can see it's worth 44 cents. There's a campaign for $7.77. Let's make Steam worth $7.77. So people are doing, 70 days of 7 push-ups. So to make a 77 thing. Lots of very creative things. ActiveFit is doing something. So I'm trying to make some friends there in the Steam community because I really like what they have going on. I wish that I had the hours to invest in being passionate across the board on the good projects that are going on, because I think that kind of grassroots effort for true believers in specific coins, absolutely nothing wrong with that. The main thing is that I hope that they are not putting their whole livelihood in expecting the results that they need from a single coin. That's my main thing, because we want to see the market succeed, and that may mean that some things don't quite get the light that they deserve, while others get way too much. All right, so we saw this peak in ONT. I'd like to see it be able to get back up there, possibly surpass where it was there. That'd be cool. Encash just cannot get a break, man, I'm telling you. But at least it's showing some signs. It's like, okay, I'll try, if you insist. So we went in, intentionally for I'm not even going to worry about it. Just put it in there, and whenever it clears. That kind of thing. Now, fuel, I'm annoyed at you because we cleared our old fuel and we went in on some stuff and cleared. It was good. And I had the highest one that I wanted to clear was 339. 339. So we were too short. So we officially have one HODL since February. Since we started our soft launch, one HODL. And that sucker's going to clear. Got no doubt. Not worried about it. I'm just annoyed because when you get that close to 100%, you just want 100%. Yeah, I mean? Yep. So we are headed. I know that this looks low down here. We have some 200. I doubt it can even show you. But we have. Oh, hey, there they are. So we have some 200-ish range positions. You can see 170 was incredibly tall there. These are some of our oldest positions that we've had. And as you can see, what happened to those? In fact, it had one rebellious spike pump. So this is good. It's amazing how you look at this and you're like, oh, look at this going up, look at this going up, look at this going up. It made it a 23% up, which was really good. If you're 100, then 23 makes it 123% up. But look at reasons for optimism. We're looking for half of what was the okay, if we come to here, this was now the median. I would say right around 360 was the median back in July. So yeah, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. 8 months later, we only need to come up to 30% less than the median from just several months ago. So I don't take this huge of a spike for fun seriously. I do take 500 or 600 seriously. So the question is that when we get into that range, in fact, let me just go ahead and draw this back up. I was really doing that more for the impact of Bitcoin than anything else. So for fun, we have 185, 212, etc., etc. I'm kind of thinking the closer that it gets to that, this is really worth, some pretty big profit. There's like $6,000 in Bitcoin world that would be making profit on. So let's just assume that that's at our 0.05%. So we'll just say 6,000 is a little, helpful math for you. 0.005. That would be $30. Does that sound about right? Yes, it does. But what if we were to move that up to where it was, let's say, 2%? Because first of all, it's been sitting for a while, and we're circulating higher right now than what our current position should be. We're overdoing it a little bit. which is risky. I've made myself annoyed at myself a couple of times for things that took 13 hours that I wanted to take 2. I ain't no swing trader, and I almost was forced to be a little bit. No, swing trading is absolutely fine. But yeah, if we said $6,000 times 0.005, so 0.2, I believe, that would be $120. Probably moving things up to like, what, 215 or something like that. Well, I mean, if it was coming from 300, 400, 500, 600 before that, now I'm not going to, if it looks like it's struggling to get further, then yes, I just want to get what we're expecting to be able to clear. But this has been clearly a low point for a while. Its low point over here at 95, I think, is as low as I would expect for a while. And that's kind of the point, is that since the middle of February, I think we finally hit our bottom of the bear run. I don't think that the bull has begun yet. I think that this is artificial, like, hurry up and wait. There might be some of this either like, I'm not going to wait anymore and I got a lot of Bitcoin, so I'm just going to hustle. And it might be kind of like an attention getter, like there's no better advertising for, hey, people are starting to make a lot of money at something. What the heck is a coin? So now ENG suddenly coming up. Okay. So you are going to want to keep your eyes on this market. That's all I can say. There's no point in me covering the exact same optimistic story for every single coin individually. I will check real quick to see whether anybody's made any comments. If they haven't, then I'm going to be out of here, because I'm going to start trading. Let's see. So I want to check this to make sure. Yes, I mean, YouTube doesn't even have a place for me to share it while the thing is live. That's hilarious. They've really made some silly changes. Well, I hope that I didn't miss anything from you guys. I hope that this worked correctly. I hope that you enjoyed it. And for now, Archangel Alts out.